All right, look, are we in a bear market? Is cryptocurrency in a bear market? Because look, it is December 2025 and we have gone down a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Bitcoin went from $126,000 over here all the way down to about $81,000 over here. And a lot of people are calling bear. You have Benjamin Cowen saying, look, we went under the weekly 200. This is a bear market. You have Ivan on tech saying, look, I effectively called the top on the day. We are in a bear market. You have every other influencer, except the ones that keep on changing their mind daily. One day we're in, one day we're not in a bear market. But almost every other crypto influencer saying, we are in a bear market. And I am here to tell you this. No, we are not technically in a bear market. Now you might say, Paul, what are you talking about? Are you crazy? Come on, you're taking this contrarian thing a bit too far. But no, look, technically, structurally, we are not in a bear market, at least not yet. That's what I'm gonna show you in this video. I'm gonna show you what level to look at, what possibilities and probabilities we have, what I'm expecting for the rest of the year and the beginning of 2026, and what my strategy is. So if that's good for you, if you wanna listen to a contrarian opinion over here, make sure you pay attention because we are starting right now.
Hey guys, I'm Britta Thans. Remember, Paul is not a financial advisor, but he is good looking. Also, this is not financial advice. Please subscribe down below and check out my channel at Britta Thans.
Hey, welcome back. My name is Paul. If it's your first time here, this channel is all about crypto, all about cryptopreneurship. And today we're gonna be talking about if we are indeed in a bear market, because all the influencers out there, or should I say almost all the influencers out there, including their mothers, they're all saying we are in the bear market. And I have to say, technically, I disagree. Now, this video is not about hopium. It's not about coping. It's not about, look, we're gonna have a massive run and get rich. It's about technicals, it's about levels, and it's about experience. And yes, I'm a contrarian by nature, and maybe this time I'm going too far, except I'm not. Let me show you why. All right, so here we are on the Bitcoin chart on the daily on the factor line. And as you can see, we are going straight down over here. You can see that the factor line is red, and you can see that the factor line told us to sell at this level over here. As a matter of fact, I made videos telling you if we break under $117,000, protect yourself because we're probably gonna get at least to 112,000, and if that breaks, to the low hundreds. We did that and exceeded that, and I even said that if we go under 100,000, expect the low 90s or mid 80s. We went all the way down to the low 80s. We went all the way down to $80,700 over here. So this is a massive, massive drop. Not only that, you can see that the price could not get above the factor line. It kept on going down every time it met the factor line over here. But if you watch my videos, if you go back and watch my videos at about $80,000, when we went under $85,000, I was saying that we have a potential bottom forming. Even if it's short-lived, we have a potential bottom and not to sell if you did not sell till then. And that's what we saw. So we saw a bottom over here, we came back up and met the factor line, rejected, and now we are back down to what? $86,000, $87,000 or so. Now the trend stacker over here, which is momentum, volume, and a couple of other things, is still in the red. But we were all the way at the end over here not too long ago, just a few days ago, where it was signaling a potential reversal. So we are actually going up in scale. So we are still in danger, but we are seeing price do something interesting. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. First of all, if you want to talk about bear markets, this is the line in the sand right here. The previous low, which is at 74,000 and some change. Until this is broken, anything above this is just a higher low. So you can't really say we are in a bear market until we break structure. Technically, we have not broken structure. Yes, I understand that Benjamin Cowen is saying we broke the weekly SMA. I get that, and that Bitcoin went into a bear market soon after every single time. Yes, I get that, I do. But we usually have a bounce when we get under and a retest, and just because it happened before does not mean it can continue happening again, and it does not mean that we can't get one more run before this bull market ends. Now, am I saying we're gonna get one more run? No, I'm saying I'm expecting one more run. But let me continue with my analysis here, just so you understand what I'm going by, so you can make up your own opinion and let me know what you think in the comment section down below once you get that opinion, okay? Once you see my thesis, you can tell me your opinion. So let's fast forward to right now over here. So we got a bounce from about $80,000. This is your higher low compared to the bottom over here. Then we came up, met the factor line, came back down, and everyone's freaking out, even though this right here is another higher low. So now we have a range, and we have a range to watch. What does that mean? That means we have a new line in the sand, so to speak, that if it breaks, we're probably gonna keep on going lower and at least meet our previous all-time lows over here. So this is very telling, this is very important. Because yes, if this range here breaks, usually when a range breaks, it continues with trend. So the trend is to continue down. So next support is at $74,000 or so. And yes, this is important. If we break this and we don't snap straight up, then continuation is very likely. And yes, this would more than likely be a bear market because we would continue down in these levels for a long time. And yes, $60,000, even $55,000 or lower, 50K, is quite possible. But it's not the price we're worried about, it's the prolonged time we would stay under here. Coming back to where we are today. If this support holds, we now have a new resistance at the top of this candle over here, which is $93,000. If $93,000 breaks, the chance of us breaking or reaching, $100,000 is extremely likely because there's not much resistance over here. So here's what I'm expecting and what I'm doing technically. I'm waiting for a bounce here that will come up and meet this first level. If we break above, I'm expecting 100K or 99K to hit. This is where we have to pay attention because $100,000 is key for a dead cat bounce, in my opinion. So in this case, if we come back down, and this range doesn't hold over here, then yes, the likelihood we're gonna come down lower to lower levels over here and spend more time under 100,000 increase. But if we get up atop, if we get above $100,000, then we have to watch this resistance over here. And yes, I might be off a little bit, but you get the point, because that would give us a clear top formation, which is a heads and shoulders pattern. And that would be a topping formation. We haven't really had a blow off top or any topping indicators except the 4-year cycle, which we'll talk about in just 1 second. We haven't really had a top formation. But Paul, what are you talking about? Are you serious right now? Yes, I'm serious. But we dropped 40%. Yes, I know. And I've been screaming this. Bitcoin tends to fall 30, 40, even 50% in bull markets. Now, are we gonna continue to the upside? Is this gonna play out? That's a different story. That's something we can talk about and debate. But structurally, we are not in the bear market yet. If we break under $74,000, yes, we're in the bear market. But right now, we are in a pullback. And yes, it's a massive pullback, not uncommon in crypto. You've just never seen this before in this cycle. We only got a 30% pullback. And I was saying it might not be enough back then, expect a bigger pullback, and that's what we're getting right now. Now let me show you something else. If we go to the weekly chart over here, you see the factor line is still gold. And if you look at this blue line over here, this is the simple weekly moving average. This is the line that Benjamin Cowen is saying that we broke under, constituting in a bear market. And I'm saying if we come up to this range over here, even if we break up a little bit above this will still be an indicator for a bear market, but we have this one more leg up, and altcoins, and generally speaking, we can get much better exit positions over here. Plus, we can make massive profits, especially if we have select altcoins running, like I've been saying we are gonna expect towards the end of this bull market. So we are still in play. Plus, you gotta account for this potential over here, which I've been talking about, for a double top or even a continuation to $140,000. Now you might say, Paul, you're crazy. If you don't know me, especially if you don't know me, you're probably saying, Paul, you're crazy, you're insane, I don't know what you're talking, I don't know what you're smoking. But listen, I called 15.6K bottom and last bull market's double top with a temporary bottom at 30K perfectly. And I've been saying in this bull market, we called that we're gonna reach all-time highs and break them before the halving. We called the dump Trump. We talked about AI in the last bull market being the catalyst for this bull market. We got a lot of things right. Yes, we got a couple of things wrong, but we got most of everything right. We got the mini alt seasons right. We had the select altcoins right. Now, I'm not saying just because I got all these things right, I might be right here, what I'm talking about right now. I'm just trying to tell you, I'm just trying to give you a different point of view over here. And I do think we're gonna have one more rally, even if it's a dead cat bounce, even if it makes a top formation. I do believe we have to pay attention to this one more rally potential when it comes to Bitcoin and possibly altcoins with a possible selective alt season or select alt season. Now you might be thinking, Paul, okay, fine, I get all this. I don't understand your analysis. I don't understand all these lines. Just tell me what you are doing. What are you personally doing? Okay, let's get serious here for a second. So what I am waiting to see what this bounce will do, because we had a bounce at 180,000. We went up to around 90-ish, and now we're down to the mid 80s. So we're getting lower highs, or should I say higher lows over here. And I'm waiting to see how this bounce plays out. Are we gonna continue going up, re-challenge 90K? If there's resistance there again, I'm gonna lose confidence, but if we break 90K, I'm looking at 100K or $99,000. And look, if we break up above 100,000, I'm telling you, a lot of people are gonna start becoming bullish and everyone's gonna start saying extended cycle, everyone's gonna start jumping in, and we might even get to 117,000 while everybody sells, takes profits, and dumps on everybody stupid enough to get in without protection, and then that would be the end of the cycle. That would be the massive heads and shoulders that we just looked at, that's the possibility, or something like that. But the continuation to even higher is still possible. So you want to strategize and take profits or exit your high risk assets until that point. And then if we break and we have a continuation, you can always get back in even though you took profits over here. So you're already protecting yourself. Does that make sense? Okay, that's what I'm personally looking at. And it's important. It's important because most profits made, the most profits made in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are usually within 2 or 3 weeks in every single cycle. My question to you is, have we seen those 2-3 weeks yet? Because even a dead cat bounce to lower levels, if altcoins run, that could be massive profits. Now, am I saying this 100%? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's worth looking at this position and learning TA and actually looking to see if we break structure before you make any decisions. I'm not telling you to bet the farm. I'm not telling you to rent out to sell your house and get in here. I'm telling you to be logical and look at these levels. Does that make sense? And if you want to learn how to invest, trade, and think like me, especially if this is all correct, if this all turns out to be right and we get to those levels, then you may want to look into my course, Invest, Trade, and Think Like the Crypto Factor. It comes with a lifetime subscription of the factor line. That is the indicator that I'm using in all my live streams and all my videos when I talk about price. It comes with lifetime membership to that, plus support. See if it's for you. I'll leave a QR code. It should be here already. I'll also leave links in the description down below. They should be there already. But yeah, check it out and see if it's for you. But it's not done yet. The fat lady has not sung yet. Do you hear a fat lady? I don't hear no fat lady. I really don't. Now, if you want to learn more about how to be profitable in crypto, That's completely free, by the way. I'm not selling anything. But if you want to learn 10 things you can look at, contrarian things you can look at to actually be profitable in crypto, make sure you watch this video here. This might be the most important video you ever watch in your life.